Hey guys, thank you for taking a look at my video. So I decided to do my little handbook thing on a 1 minute paper. And so what that looks like, I know this is crazy, it's a 1 minute paper. So this can be it can be a summative assessment, could be a formative assessment, depending on how you want to use it. So, but it's pretty cut and dry. So at the end of your lesson or at the end of your day, you can ask students to write a 1 minute paper, and usually you ask a question like, what was the big meaning, or what did you get out of today's lesson, or if you want to be more specific, you can make those questions a little more specific. Sometimes teachers try to be a little bit too vague and the questions are a little bit too open-ended, and it's hard to really evaluate how well you taught or how well you executed your lesson or did what you were, if you reached the goals that you wanted to reach. So hopefully it's a direct question worded in a way that the students can be able to answer it and elaborate on it. It gets students involved in class, so it's kind of interactive. I wouldn't say it's terribly interactive because it's done on an individual basis. So it was originally developed by a physics professor at the University of California, Berkeley in 1983. And I know that's a long time ago, but can still be used today. Old tricks, new dogs, still works. It was popularized years later by Cross and Angelo in 1988. It was just kind of used as an assessment technique. And so it's a little old, but I think I've used it, or teachers have used it on me not too long ago. I've used it in college quite a bit too. Alright, so I guess the theory behind it, going into that, I feel like it's more of a constructivism type of idea. And what that is I'm sure you all know, it's when students experience something and then they look back on that experience and then I guess reflect on it and create their ideas or their hypotheses about how things work, or how, anyway. So that's kind of what they're doing on a 1 minute paper. They're kind of reflecting on what they've done that day, and then they put it down on paper and kind of organize their thoughts. At least that's what I have to do. I have a hard time organizing my thoughts unless I put it on paper. I guess how this looks in a classroom, I actually had a professor have me write a 1 minute paper at the beginning of class, and it was more on what our reading was supposed to be on, which also works. So that was more of a formative assessment. A summative, sometimes they're used at the end, like I said, and I think it works pretty good. I guess one thing that I read about is they're warning you not to use it too much as a professor. You don't want to do one like every day or so often. Sometimes it gets kind of boring for students if they do the same activity time and time again. It's kind of routine. Anonymous questions, or if it is anonymous, students are more likely to be honest. If it's not anonymous, They're a little less honest, but you can give specific feedback for specific students that way. Anonymous, you kind of have to take take a look at all of the papers you get back and try to like form a lesson or something that can help a broad range of students. And so that may or may not work for you. As we continue, scoring, usually it's kind of a participation grade, to be pretty blunt. It's kind of a participation grade, like it's how much effort you put into it, and it's not too crazy, but it's good. Yeah, participation, I guess you could get stingy and like really like grade down points, but you probably should have a rubric so your students know what to be writing towards. I think that's about it, guys. Hopefully my sunburn wasn't too distracting. Hopefully my squeaky voice wasn't terrible. Yeah, it's been a long day. Anyway, thanks for watching.